cars, and we'll see what we gotta do on the other one. Well, it took longer than I expected. Lots of bubbles coming out. And the good news is it sat right around 200 degrees idling for close to an hour. So we just let the bubbles keep going. There were still a few last couple times we squeezed the, I say we, but I'm the only one here. Last couple times I squeezed the upper radiator hose. We still got a few more bubbles coming out. But using the infrared thermometer and everything, nothing was crazy high. So I think we're going to call that good. Button that part up. And we do have some other stuff to finish on this still. Stuff that really needs dealt with before we go. We may even be dropping a transmission. I don't know. But this video is not about this car. It's about the other one. So let me get this out of here and get the other one. We're back. This is car 2 for 2026 Hot Rod Power Tour. We registered our 91 RS. It does have the 3.1 liter V6. And we also registered the IROC clone we've been working on. Last year we were planning on taking the IROC clone and didn't get it ready with 5 days to go. We switched over to this car, which this one had also been sitting for quite a while. Had it started a year before, so 2 years ago we got it started and pretty much sat without running it. And we took it on power tour last year. So we have a few things that need fixed. We don't have a speedometer. We don't have a fuel gauge. We can't put fuel in it. What else was there? Some kind of little noise going on in the back that I noticed at slow speed when I was turning and pulling in parking lots and things. So we'll take a look at that. The main things before we take it again this year is we want to be able to put gas in it. And we'd like to have a gas gauge and a speedometer would be handy. So we're going to work on those things. And I thought fixed it last year, did not fix it. So we're going to look at the evap system and see if the purge valve is bad and that kind of thing. I got some parts around someplace. So let's get into this purge valve and see if that's right. Here's our evap canister with a whole bunch of rotten hoses and stuff attached to it. That's fine. And then over on the other side of the air filter, sorry if I bump you, I got down here. Can you see it? Maybe. Right here is a purge valve. So we're going to take some of this stuff out of the way that we don't necessarily need to take out of the way, but we're going to do it anyway. Now we're going to remove this. Let's see, which is entirely unnecessary, like I said, but we're going to just because we're going to look at that anyway. Okay. Here we go. Set that over there where it won't be in the way. Now let's see if we can find our purge valve a little better. Yeah, he's right down here. Oh, this crustiness. Let's see if we can gently, oh, that came right off, get him unhooked and out of there. Oh, we do have a hose clamp on that side, so let's get something for that. Oh wait, I think I have pliers for that. It's the squishy kind, or springy kind, or clippy kind, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But I went to flashlight. I did get some hose clamps for that at one point. There's some hose clamps, some pliers for that. And see if we can get this out of there. Man, he is stuck in there. And of course I dropped my flashlight. Can you pick up a magnetic flashlight with a magnet? Sure. Maybe. We could at least stand it up where we can grab it. Oh, there. We kind of twisted it and it broke free from whatever it was doing. This is going to be gross. Let me clean this a little bit. Should be able to blow into this side and air come out this side. If we do, it works. If we don't, come out, it doesn't work. So let's try it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it works just fine, so that's not our problem. Well, that's all back together and we solved nothing. I did go ahead and put in the new purge valve because we had it, but we didn't fix anything. The other issue we could have for fueling is it could be a physical blockage in the tank. The car did sit for, I don't know, 12, 14 years almost maybe before I got it running a couple years ago. So with it sitting that long, you know, there's probably rust and crud and junk in there. So what I did to get it running was I just wired up power to the pump and pumped out the old gas and put new gas in, and it ran. I took it and I was able to fill it up one time at the gas station, put a little over 12 gallons in it to fill it up just fine, and then after that I couldn't fill it. So I wonder if there's a physical blockage, piece of rust or something got floated up just in the right spot and causing us issues. Maybe it's blocking a vent or something, which is creating an overpressure issue, and it won't take any fuel. Somehow, miraculously, we made it the whole time. I don't know. I gotta get the yard mode and some maintenance on some of the daily drivers before we get this up on the lift, take up the lift again. So I'm gonna head out, grab something to eat, get the yard mode, and then maybe change oil on the truck and stuff like that. Then we'll get back to it. All right, we're back. It's been a few days. I think last time I told you I had to stop and go mow. Well, the belt broke and I had to replace the belt on the motor. So we're now under 30 days until I ride power tour. So I gotta get Aslan out here to help me so I can get it done. She's getting the car up on the lift. We're gonna see if we can figure out why fuel gauge doesn't work, replace the speedometer sensor, and I don't know what else. We'll figure it out when we get under there. So we'll get the car up and get started. Okay, we're underneath investigating the fuel gauge not working. We got our wiring unhooked over there somewhere. Right. Ow, everything is so rusty under here. Right here. And I don't know if you can see over there, a vent valve was missing that we took off last year. Aslan's climbing up. We left it in the trunk. So Aslan's climbing up there. Straight ahead, there's the little white thing. By the hose clamp.
That's by the claw thing sitting there?
What?
By the thing that you had to put in my booster seat?
Right there beside the stool. The little white thing underneath the towel.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. If you can't tell, I had to raise the camera up here so I could see in there to see where I left that vent valve that I thought was the problem last year that I took off and left it off, and that wasn't the problem. There we are. Where's the hose clamp that went with it? You need the hose clamp. Okay. All right, so you're gonna get the hose clamp. Yeah, we could have just waited and lowered the car, but this is more fun. Okay, we got this down, and then we're gonna have to clean off the space to put parts because probably gonna have to take this tank out, I guess.
Burger King.
Oh, there's our Burger King crown from last year on Power Tour. Yeah, we really haven't done anything with the car since Power Tour last year, other than park it, drove it a couple times to work, and it's been sitting. So perfect time to start is with like 29 days to go.
28.
28, whatever. Anyway, let me see what she figures out. We'll get her, not right now. We'll get her down and then we'll start testing and see what's what. I'm not really sure what you guys can see from down there, but we're going to ground out this sending unit to test it and see if the gauge moves. Aslan's up there looking, see if we can find a ground. Everything is so rusty. I'm just going to start touching stuff. Tell me if the gauge moves. Did it move?
No.
Okay, we're going to try the actual ground on here. Did it move?
No.
It didn't go down to empty?
Huh?
How about now? It's still on full?
Yeah, it's past it still.
You sure the key's on, right?
What?
Make sure the key's on?
It still says service engine sync.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe that test is not going to work, so you can go ahead and turn the key off. I thought maybe if we grounded that wire, grounded out the sending unit. Oh, you know why it didn't work? Because I'm a doofus and I was using it on the plug. Never mind. Let's start over. Ignore what we just witnessed. Turn the key back on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, because I am a doofus, of course, and I can't see where we're at now. Because here's the deal. I wasn't doing the right thing. Okay, now try it.
Okay.
How about now?
No.
No. Let me see where this goes. How about now?
No.
Okay. How about now?
No.
No. Okay, well that still didn't work.
Oh, now it's moving.
The gauge is moving?
Yes.
Okay, so we know the gauge works because we grounded out the gauge.
Like barely past empty.
Barely past empty, perfect. So we know the gauge works. So we'll take that out. And now, as we'll come down here, we'll do our next test with the multimeter on the sending unit, see if we got resistance. Let's get her down here and get that started. Okay, test 1 indicated the gauge works. And now, once I did it right, see if I can reach up over here. I'm gonna have to, you're gonna have to raise it up. I need more slack, more slack. Aslan's gonna hold that you can no longer see. I'll get you a little closer. Here we go. See if I can get up here. See if we got any resistance. The sending unit, it's a 0 to 90 ohm sending unit. We've done this in the other video, and you guys have seen the other videos and seen how many times we've removed a gas tank out of the black car. You know what's about to happen. So let's just try this. What do we got?
Still 0.
Still 0. Still nothing. We're making contact with, I'm on the right one this time. Yeah. Wiring harness. I know you can't see that. You just gotta trust me. We are getting
Imagination.
nothing out of that. So, you know what that means, don't you?
No.
You don't?
No.
We've done it 4 times in the other car.
So there's 5 times with this one now.
This will be the 5th time. We gotta take the gas tank out, replace the sending unit. So, yeah. Everything's rusty crusty down here. We'll get her sprayed down with PV Buster. I already did because I thought this might be the case. And figure out what to do with the exhaust and all that business.
Help me.
Aslan's working on taking the heat shield out and evidently needs help. Just pull it down, it'll be fine.
No.
Yeah, it's fine. Just, you're good. See? It's still hooked in a few spots over here. So you got a couple more of those 7mm bolts to take out. And then everything is so rusty. I broke one bolt trying to get the exhaust off. We just cut it up there. We've had some technical difficulties, and now we're just dumping fuel out of the return line that I cut. So we'll let that dump till it decides to stop. And no, I'm not gonna worry about catching it into an actual can because it's really stinky. Even though I ran a bunch of berrymen through it last year. So I did decide to go ahead and put a jug down there to collect some of the gas because it's still dripping. I know you don't know, but it's been, I don't know, 30 minutes and it's still pouring out. So we'll let her do that. In the meantime, I decided to replace the speed sensor while I was waiting. And, well, you know I'm a doofus, right? So I took the old one out and the gear was just laying in there. I don't know, can you see the gear? How far away are you? Can you see? Anyway, the gear that goes on the speed sensor dealie was just laying in there. So I was like, oh, and I took it out and I put it on the shaft like that. And I spent, I don't know, 10 minutes. And dude, you don't need to be so close. I spent like 10 minutes trying to put it in. I was like, well, I want to go in any further. It won't go. I'm like, I don't know. So I kept spinning, making the gears, the teeth needed to line up perfectly. And then I took it off and turned it around this way. And it went right in. So I had it the wrong way. In my defense, like I said, the teeth, the gear was just laying there when I took the old one out. So maybe the sensor itself's not bad. And that was the problem all along. I don't know. But we're going to throw that 10mm bolt back in, hook up that electrical connector, and wait for more gas to drip out. By the way, she's eating a shopsicle, and we're not even done yet. Alright, we finally got her to stop dripping. So we'll see. I don't know where. I was getting a mask on because it smells like gas in here. See if we can get this giant extension up there. And get some bolts out. Ooh. Ooh, that'll get dirt in your eyes. Okay.
I can't breathe.
What's good? Where'd the socket go?
Behind you.
Okay. Good to know that's going to fall straight down. That way, we know what to expect. Oh, I got gas on my finger and it burned.
Because you burnt your finger earlier?
No, well, I did that too, yeah, but it has a cut. All right, I need your help. Can you do this one?
Sure.
So I can hold the tank. Come over here and go out of the road. Or stand over here. Don't look up because all that crud is gonna fall in probably. You look like you're about to rob a gas station or something, bro.
Perfect. Okay.
You have to hold pressure up on it just a little bit too. So hold up on it and then go ahead. Keep going. Okay. Pull it down. Oh.
That?
Yeah, go ahead. Pull it on down.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Well, that's heavy.
Nothing got in your eyes.
That's good. There's evidently still a lot of gas in there. Here. Because it's heavy.
Did you expect it not to be though?
Well, I have no idea because, we don't have a working gas gauge, so I have no idea how much gas is in there. And last time we got gas was last year, halfway home from Norwalk, Ohio, and it's been dripping for an hour, so I don't know how much we got left.
I look so amazing.
Okay, let's see what else is in the way. Oh man, that's heavy. What in the world is happening?
Perfect. Can't see a thing. Don't I look amazing, Daddy?
Yeah. Oh. Did you take the cap off? You did, didn't you?
Yeah. It's sitting up there.
I can't get it out of there. It's stuck in that part. That's our problem.
Well, you want me to push on that or something?
Yeah, get up there and see if you can help me from that side.
Okay, hang on.
See if you can reach it. Oh, did it come through? It felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's heavy. I pinched my finger. That's good.
So did I.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. This tank has likely never been out. Anyway, I finally wrestled the tank out. I don't know how much you'll see because I spent forever messing with it and ended up having to bend the filter neck to get it out, which I don't know why because all the other ones have went fine. And then I was messing with it, the tank, blew some air through the filler neck, cleaned it off, blew some air through the filler neck in case something stuck in that little ball valve there, and if that was our problem. And then of course that started shooting gas out of the return line. So then we decided we would just pump some gas out and see how much we got, since it was so heavy. And we already got 5 gallons filled, and we're working on the other. Well, I have to figure out where we got gas last, if I can.
All I know is it was in the rain.
It was in the rain in like 3 hours or so from here. So I don't know how many miles we drove home. And then I drove to work a couple times, so it might be a pretty decent gas mileage. I don't know. But we're still going strong. We got another gallon or so in this one at least, and we probably got a gallon on the ground from stuff we spilled.
Too bad it's gas.
Oh yeah, you got at least almost 2 gallons in there, so we probably got 7 or 8 gallons out of the 14 this tank holds, so wow. More than I expected. Aslan says we should have told you what we're doing, so we got the cheap Temu version of a power probe hooked up. Batteries out there. She's hooked it up to the pump. pumping the gas out.
The other one's just dripping now.
Yeah, the return line is just dripping, but you can see she's pumping out pretty good. Hear that pump whining. Well, I was at work the last couple of days. Came out here just now hoping somebody would finish this for me, and they didn't. So I'll probably not record, but I'll get this swapped out, thrown in there, and hopefully pretty quick. And we'll see if the fuel gauge works again and speedometer works. We'll see what we got. Things have moved along here. Luckily Dad stopped by to help me get that tank back in. It was pain getting it in just as much as it was getting it out. I don't know why, but so I got that in, and then I got the heat shield back in. Got to put the other heat shield needs to go back in, but it attaches to this thing. So let me get that back in place, and then we'll get that heat shield on. We'll put the spring back in, and I do need to get a band clamp, or decide if I want to weld that exhaust back in place where I cut it. Thinking a band clamp so we can take it off easier again, because you know my luck in gas tanks, and well, we might just take it off. I did test up there at the wiring. You all know where it is by now. Up there. I tested the resistance. We're getting resistance ohms, so it's working. I tested it outside the tank, tested it in the tank. Seems to be working. And now I also tested the pump before I put the exhaust on, and it appears to be working. I'm debating before I put everything else back together, going ahead and dumping some gas back in there and see if the gauge comes up. Just to make sure. I don't know. That's all back in. I always struggle with, where's it at? This bar here, getting that bolt hole lined up. So this time I finally figured out the struggle is I had the rear end lowered. And when you're going from here to here, it's not going to match up if this is hanging down to here. So once I raised the rear end back up, got the shocks and everything back in, it went in pretty good. I just got to put a band clamp on the exhaust that I don't have, so I have to run to town to get that. And that's where I was going to end things, but I did see we're looking transmission fluid. So I might change that. Ouch, I just hit my head again. Alright, well I'll try to use that to help hold things in place somewhat. Because I can't hold everything at once. Where's the nuts I put in my pocket? There. We're just gonna go till we can't go anymore and call it good. Come on. That seems good and tight. Okay, well I was going to do the transmission fluid right now. Transmission fluid. We got a new filter, hand gasket, fluid, but got some other things to do today, and I need to finish. I need to move on to those, so we're going to put the rest of this 5 gallons of gas in here, and then we will see if we fixed the gauge. Hopefully we did. Prior to this, it was showing it was pegged at full. We grounded out the sending unit wire and saw that it went to empty. So then we replaced the sending unit, and it came with a new Delphi brand pump. So why not? You look crooked. Are you guys crooked? I don't know. So let's make sure, first of all, the car still starts, and secondly, that we got a fuel gauge. So I went ahead and checked the pump before we put everything back together, and it did run, so that's good. Okay, let's get in there and look. All right, well, I know this is probably a longer one than normal, but we spent a few days messing with stuff. I wasn't going to do the transmission fluid, didn't quite get that, so we'll probably do another video on finishing up this car for Power Tour, and we still have to get back to the IROC clone and work on it. We may possibly leave that one home and take the truck as our second vehicle. I don't know. I'm still considering it. I don't know if you can still see some of our supplies from last year's Power Tour in the back. There's a fuel filter, well, 2 fuel filters, seats, I don't know what that other thing is. Umbrella maybe, some towels. We got some stuff in there. Oh yeah, I need to order some struts for this hatch. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat your shopsicles. Don't tell Aslan I've had 2 today.